Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody. Welcome back once again to the channel. You know it is JJ with you once again. If your first time here, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. Don't forget about the notification bell. Yeah, I'm not going to put the little banner up today. It's just, I'm having one of those days to where, I'm kind of under the weather a little bit. And don't forget your drinking snacks, by the way. Hello, Mr. Cyborg. Good to see you. Got my drinking snacks like usual. I got to stay hydrated. I'm having a bad time over here with my body. But that's not going to stop the show. The show will go on. Well, we'll see who all climbs in. But we're just going to go ahead and get started with the unfiltered, you guys know what I mean. We're going to get right into the PC talks for this evening. I got a couple things lined up for you guys, just to let you know. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and see what I got cooking. And, well, it seems that I had something cooking, but looks like my display ain't capturing. It says device not found. Let's see why you're not found. There, you're found. See, we found it. Okay, let's get to the brass tacks of things. PC Games says new AMD Ryzen Zen 6 CPUs CPUs work on old AM5. Will work on old AM5 motherboards. We all knew that. It was nothing new. Asus appears to confirm the new Asus B850M AYW Gaming OC motherboard. Looks like they're making a new type of motherboard for this. It's a 800 series motherboard, but it's an 800 series motherboard. But it looks like it's a new type of 800 series motherboard. So it looks like there's going to be some kind of goodness that's going to be going on here. This says right here from Ben Hardwidge, Asus has just seemingly revealed a crucial detail in the marketing material for a new motherboard, which is that the BIOS for one of the new AM5 motherboards will support next-gen AMD Ryzen CPUs based upon the new Zen 6 architecture. The new space-age Asus B850... sorry guys, I'm having a problem with my eyes. B850M AYW Gaming... Oh my god, the names are just spreading. Gaming OC board is designed for overclockers looking to squeeze as much performance as possible out of their system. And a marketing image suggests it's going to support a new AMD CPUs as well. Isn't it supposed to be an AMD CPU? Oh, AMD CPUs well into the future. So it looks like that they're going to be moving forward with AM5 to AM6, but it looks like you can get it on the AM5 motherboard. I say motherboard because I'm not hearing anything but one motherboard. Let me see who's all here. Mr. Machine, good to see you. Good to see you. Welcome to the party. I don't know how to take this at this point. But it says AMD is rumored to be making big changes to both core counts and clock speeds with Zen 6, with leaks circulating about a 24-core AMD CPU in the range as well as 7 gigahertz clock speeds. Nice. Importantly, it's now looking as though you'll be able to simply flash the BIOS onto your existing AM5 motherboard and pop in one of these new CPUs when it comes, if you want to upgrade, without having to overhaul your whole system. Oh my god. Oh my god. So, looks like they got something cooking when it comes to the Zen 6. AM5 or Zen 6, however. This is confusing somewhat, but we'll get past the confusion. We will get past all the confusions. Hopefully you guys can hear me. If you can't, let me know, and I'll fix my volume. Hopefully you can hear me. So, because you guys ain't saying nothing just yet. So, please let me know if you can hear me. Maybe, kinda. We'll see. It looks like that it is recording, hopefully. Oh. But anyway, let's move on, guys. I know my mind's just wrapped around trying to make myself a little bit better, but okay. Okay, Mr. Cyborg. Microsoft has not sent me Windows 25H2 yet. I have not received it. Probably they're not going to send it because they're probably going to want me to have a product key. And I'm not going to do the dishonest thing and go to the GitHub site and download that program just to take and trick Microsoft to believing that I have a product key. I'm not going to do the dishonest thing. I'm going to keep it honest, and I'm not going to do that, no. And thank you, Mr. Cyborg, for saying you can hear me. So, to experience, we'll get into that in a moment. We'll talk about 25H2 in a little bit. That's all the part of what we're going to be talking about tonight, because the gloves are off, and I still feel that there's a lot cooking for tonight. So, we'll take it piece by piece. Let me get through this little pieces. Especially with the Zen 6 CPUs, I was sitting there thinking about that, and I don't know. It's kind of balancing a little bit with me. Is it going to be a refresh of the 9000 series? It seems like the more cores, and guys, I want you to hear me out this. It seems like the more cores they strap to a CPU, is the performance just keeps dwindling. That's why they say it's never good to use Threadripper, because the amount of cores it has for using it for gaming. You can game with it, yeah. but you take a penalty hit. But I don't know about the 24 core thing. I did hear that they're supposed to come up with the single CCDs at 12 core, 24 thread single CCDs. That's still out in the wild. Who knows? It'll probably happen sooner or later. So, enough about this. Let's just get back into it. Now, this is something that came in my feed, in which I have on my phone. It's a feed. Sparkle unveils Arc Pro B60 dual server with 16 GPUs. 16 GPUs. And up to 778 gigabytes of VRAM. Comes with 10,800 watt PSU. Sick. I seen this and I was like, no, they're not gonna. Yeah, it looks like they are gonna. Sparkle presents the C741-6U-Dual 16P system supporting up to 16 Arc Pro B60 dual 48 gigabyte cards for a total of 768 gigabytes of VRAM. Guys, that is a beast. You probably say, well, you can't use it for gaming, Jay. I don't know. If it supports all the other stuff that your normal graphics cards do, I bet you any money people are going to try to game with it. With that much VRAM all compacted into one little system that connects into your main PC. Or if that's just the PC itself, and you can add some hard drive space to it, Windows to it, and take and crank it out and see what it does on Steam. That would be wicked. It's not like you can't. Because they were saying what was it? I was watching earlier today because I think Mr. Machine brought this up, was that it seems another reviewer was using lossless scaling to use 2 GPUs. Who's to say that they can't do the same thing with the whole bundle? That would be interesting to find out. But it takes experimenting, time, and money to do that. So if you got the money, you got the time, you never know what you could come up with some kind of combination like this. Especially if you're going to make it into an independent PC. You probably could. They say it's for AI training. There's probably no such limit. Excuse me, guys, I haven't been feeling well. Although it's unclear whether splitting the memory pool into 24 or 48 gigabyte banks is better than using 100 gigabytes or even 200 gigabytes on a single card. One thing seems clear: this solution will be cheaper than the standard AI data center products. So I guess it's just an AI data center kind of thing. But this is the setup for in a single server with 81,920 GPU cores, 768 gigabytes of VRAM. beast. And it would be nice to experiment on it. It really would. To see if it could game on Steam. I don't know. You guys tell me what you think about it. I mean, I know that it seems like it's a little far-fetched. But I'm going to tell you what I had in my mind. For some reason, I had in my mind that taking something that big, that server grade that they do with machine learning, especially if they're full-fledged GPUs, what it would take to make them all run simultaneously, giving you that much of VRAM when it comes to gaming on Steam. Come on, guys, you should know me. I'm like go big or go home kind of thing. So thinking about it, that is just big. I think it would be like a hell of a gaming PC if you can get it to work right on Windows, but if not, you can get it to work right on Linux. I would imagine you can. The right distro, I bet you can put Steam games on it. Just a little thing I had in mind. I hope you guys don't mind. I had that in my mind, so. But anyway, moving on from this big monster of a machine learning kind of thing, you know that's going to be too expensive, so I know I'm just thinking outside of the box. But anyway, coming back to video cards once again, Microsoft confirms Game Pass price hikes won't apply to all subscribers immediately. I was like, okay. Let's see. Game Pass Ultimate prices hike not for subscribed users in several countries. What are they talking about? It says better not cancel now. It's been a confusing week for Xbox fans. First, the Game Pass updates. Then non-stop rumors about hardware cancellations. Even though the company denied any changes to its hardware roadmap, it's hard to believe their statement when they seem to be drifting away from what gamers actually want. Recent price hikes and plan changes for the Game Pass have ignited backlash across the gaming community just weeks before the release of Call of Duty Black Ops 7, which I think that already released. I don't know. You guys can quote me on that. I'm probably wrong about that, but I gotta look. I didn't even look yet. My bad. But anyway, Microsoft executives decided to raise the prices for their Ultimate tier, a move that didn't go over well. I know I already know a lot of you guys are pissed about it, so yeah, I can understand. Interestingly, the price increase may not affect everyone. You got to read a little bit more into this. At least not those in the countries with stronger consumer protections. Oh my God, the EU's going to get out of this too. They're not going to pay that extra little bit of dollars that Microsoft put up on that, and they're going to complain about it. So, Microsoft confirms that as long as users remain subscribed, their their price will not change until they switch or cancel tiers. It appears Microsoft did not fully think this through. A situation similar to what often seems with telecom or software companies that introduce new tiers like Ultimate Pro, effectively bypassing such protections. So, emails about these changes were sent to Game Pass subscribers in Germany, Ireland, South Korea, Poland, and India. If you already have an active Game Pass subscription in these regions, you won't see a price increase immediately. Microsoft also stated that any account changes occurs, users will have 60 days to either cancel or accept new subscription terms. In practice, this means updating anything on your account may trigger the need to accept the new revised terms. Oh, Jesus. Is anyone still subscribed for the next few years, though? The gift card method, ? From what I recall, it effectively gave users 2.5 years of subscription for the cost of now 3 months. Crazy to think Microsoft isn't aware that many gamers will subscribe, but at a much lower price. There's also NVIDIA GeForce Now, which introduces monthly hour limits. In any case, the rumor has it Microsoft will introduce cloud gaming with ads soon. Now guys, we talked about this. I'm serious. We talked about this, that Microsoft was just, for some reason, I just had the feeling that with them coming forth with cloud gaming, that it's now going to make the hardware on our PCs immaterial. What's going to happen? Is Steam going to go to Microsoft Cloud? Are we going to be left with not having the horsepower we used to? Or we're going to be based upon one area when it comes to speed and performance? I don't know. This is starting to look like Microsoft's leaning towards Windows 12 being cloud-based for gaming. If it comes true, then I don't know what to tell everybody. I really don't. It's getting weird. This is getting weird. Have you got the Game Pass, Jay? No. Nope. I'm on Steam. Why would I need a Microsoft Game Pass when I'm on Steam? This is just information for the ones that got the Game Pass. I'm just passing it along to let everybody know what time it is, you know. And you can find all this nice information on videocards.com. So it's not like it's a secret, and they do a great job in, you know, narrating it the best that they can. And I do the best I can trying to read it with these. I need new glasses, guys. I swear to God I need new glasses. I am having a harder time reading each day. And that's the reason why I'm hesitating while I'm reading, is because of my eyes. So you have to forgive me. It's an old thing. So, it's an old age thing. So, but Cyborg, no, I don't have Game Pass. I play Steam. I don't feel the need to play on Microsoft. I really don't. I don't feel the need to play on GeForce Now and have a set limit of time that, you pay $20 a month and you have a set limit that you can play the games. Or go to Microsoft and their Game Pass and pay $30 a month for a subscription, for an ultimate subscription pass. Do I look like I got to where I can pull $20 a month out of my pocket for that? I'm being honest with you guys, I really am. Because I know there's some people out there that don't have that kind of money. But they like the option of Steam because they can choose if they want a free game. They can choose if they want to get a game that's on sale. They can choose what they want. See, but with Microsoft, what choices do you have? You got to pay for a monthly subscription. It doesn't give you that many choices of games. Not as much as Steam, I don't think. I mean, you guys can quote me on that if you want to, but that's just my thought. See, on Steam, they don't regulate your hours. You pay one time, and if they put new additions to the game and, it's like an extra couple bucks here or there, yeah, I can see that. It's improving your game. But when it comes to Game Pass and when it comes to GeForce Now, look, I ain't knocking it. People like it. It's there. It's convenient. That's their prerogative. If they like it, then I ain't got no problem with it. It's just my personal preference. No, I would not use those. That's just my personal preference because I like Steam. I can go on Cyberpunk and play Steam as long as I want. I can go on any one of my games and play them as long as I want. And I don't need to be harassed by pop-ups of advertisements. It's already bad enough that Microsoft put on, in their operating system, places where they got pop-ups of ads. It's already bad that, if you go to Bing on Microsoft Edge, ads. That's why I like using Brave. Mr. Dakota got me turned on to Brave. Or, you can use DuckDuckGo too. Perfect to use. It blocks all that unnecessary nonsense. I could use either or. Right now I'm just using DuckDuckGo. I could use Brave if I want to. But I don't even use Microsoft Edge. I leave it in there because it's a part of the embedded operating system, and if I don't want to pull it out because then it'll turn around and act like devil's advocate. Basically, the system will start having problems, a little crashing, and this and that. That's always been a part of Microsoft's problem. They embed everything, they overlap and layer everything, and if you go to take things out, it kills the system. So, now there's another thing that I had on mind that I was going through tonight. And that was on the community page for YouTube, our community page. And it looks like one person got like black screen issues with NVIDIA software. I won't mention who it is, but they said the black screen is happening to me on a Intel 13900K with a Z790 MSI Meg Ace board and RTX 5090. Okay, guys, I'm going to explain this very carefully. You can either trust what I'm going to tell you or you don't. If you're having problems with your black screening of your graphics card, shut your computer off, unplug it, open up the case, unscrew your graphics card, unconnect the power, push the little button to unstrap it from the motherboard, take and gently put it off to the side. Now with the 13900K having integrated graphics, you're going to change where you plugged in your display port or your HDMI, and you're going to plug it into the motherboard. This is the time to where you're going to find out that if your platform is stable, or is it just the graphics card alone. I know this sounds crazy, but it's not. The integrated graphics is a good way to test your CPU for stability. The integrated graphics. Because if you're just testing CPU stability, you can do it with OCCT or you can use Prime 95. You're not testing graphics, you're testing the CPU for stability. Now, once you learn that you do all these testings and that you're successful and there's no problem there, then that comes back to a driver issue. Could it be that the integrated graphics is interfering with the graphics card? Possibly. So the best way to resolve some of that is in the BIOS you can turn off your integrated graphics and just run off your discrete graphics card, manually. Like I did. I mean, in my BIOS, I turned off the integrated graphics. It's only discrete graphics card only. So I know there's going to be no driver issues, especially when you're running an AMD integrated graphics with an NVIDIA graphics card. Does it make sense? Well, when you got two sets of drivers in from two different things, one's going to kind of push-pull with the other one. Yeah, some people say, well, you can run two discrete graphics cards. Yes, you can. But with the integrated graphics and a discrete graphics card, there's kind of a little bit of a push-pull. Both of them are sitting there kind of fighting for who's going to be first kind of thing. Especially when you have both enabled. So, that's the reason why with the integrated graphics, I disabled it. And if I ever need to re-enable it, I can go in the BIOS and turn it back on, pull my graphics card out, and then test my system CPU for stability, using the integrated graphics for display only. It's possible. So, testing your stability of your system first before you mess with your graphics card is a little bit different. So, I've already done this, and I know the system's stable, but the person that said this, I hope you understand, this is the best way. You go back to the basics, You start in the grind and you start to see if there's a problem. Now, if you're getting a black screen, when you go to do these tests and you start pushing the integrated graphics a little bit and you get a black screen, then you know there's a problem with the platform somewhere. It could be that your Expo is not synced up right with your RAM, or your RAM sticks are not seated correctly, or something. There's something wrong with the platform. So investigate everything before you decide to move on. I investigate every little thing, every little piece. You know, if I have problems with the graphics card black screening, I pull the graphics card out, and then I start breaking everything down to the basics and start checking everything. Could be a setting in the BIOS causing black screening. Could be something on the CPU causing the black screening. That's what you need to find out before you get to the end and say, okay, well, it's the software for the GPU. So, do your homework, do your balancing, do your checking. Make sure you check dot all your I's and check all your T's before you decide that it's just the drivers of the graphics card. I know it sounds like a long kind of, thing to do. Some people don't like to do that. They just like, oh, it's the graphics card. Let's just change the drivers. Let's go back to the other drivers. They were working fine. Well, always go back to the best known drivers if that's the case. Might work for you, might not. Depends on if you clear out all the old drivers from the graphics card. Completely clean up the system files. And if you still got remnants of that old driver that you put in, who's to say it won't clash with the, going back to the most stable one? And you still have black screen problems. Some people get the problems, they just don't do the testing. They say, oh, I got black screen, but they do nothing to resolve the issue. They just say, okay, well, I'm going to remove the drivers, and then I'm just going to work my way backwards. I mean, that's a good thing about having integrated graphics, is that you got a backup in case you need to pull out the drivers completely. Just you can totally pull them out of your system and run your integrated graphics off the basic drivers and then reload in, I would just do the best you can. So, I know it seems like it's weird. But these are just things you do trying to get your system stable. And let's see what Mr. Machine's good to see. Here, let me kind of slide this over here. How do you... I'm trying to read what you're saying there, Machine. For some reason... I can't read it. How do you check a T? Mr. Machine, if you got time, can you go on to Discord and meet me on the voice chat, please? For good hot minute. Some reason I can't read what you wrote. Okay. All right, right on. Alrighty. Well, I like that motherboard there, Mr. Cyborg. I like that motherboard. It's the Zen 6 motherboard. If y'all didn't get a good crack at it, Mr. Cyborg done posted it. Here. There you go. Now you guys can have a good look. But what's different? That's got a lot of VRMs. I can tell you that. That has got a lot of VRMs. Oh, geez. It's got 2 slots. But what's this? What is this? That's got my curiosity. Something I never seen before. What is this? I don't know. Maybe you guys can tell me what that is. I have no idea. Space. Wow. Whoa. Just thought about it. I bet you that's the SSD. That's where you put another M.2 SSD. And you got 2 here, so it's 3. That is one sick motherboard. Zen 6 64 meg BIOS. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Wow, wow, wow. That's some wild stuff there. I can tell you that motherboard looks like a wild one.
Hey, Jay.
Yes, sir. Hold on. Let me get
Just
your
wait, checking the T's.
dotting the
You
I's
said,
and dotting the I's and checking the T's.
yes, you said dot your I's and check your T's. So
Oh.
how do you check a T?
I don't know. Just check it. Yes, sir. Oh, later on, me and you need to have a private talk.
Okay, I didn't do it.
No, it's nothing bad.
Okay.
So, but anyway, dot your I's and check your T's.
Mm-hmm. That's good.
I was trying to pull it over and you put the dot, 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 and I'm thinking, did it cut off half the word? I was like trying to think it through, you know. But I mean, some people sometimes have some issues on their PCs, man. And the whole purpose of me saying, like, you know, doing these little extra steps might get you in the right direction. You know, that's pretty much where I was coming from with that, you know. So even though that, you know, you got integrated graphics, you know, you can go back in the BIOS, you can turn on your integrated graphics, you can shut down your system, you can, you know, take out your graphics card, you can plug your monitor into your motherboard, either the display port or the HDMI port, And you can get back on Windows. You can run Prime 95. You can run all these CPU stress tests to make sure that your CPU is, 100%. And then when you plug your graphics card back in, you can uninstall the drivers and then reinstall the new drivers and see if you're stable. And do another stability test with the graphics card this time. So, it's steps. It's little steps that you got to take. And these are the little steps I do take every time I go and I run into a problem if I ever black screen. There's only twice that I black screen. But it wasn't that it was a big deal. All I had to do was restart my system. Because that refreshes when you shut down completely, right? And you wait 15 seconds and then you restart your system, you're refreshing your system RAM. So, I don't know. Some people just go from instead of shutting down, just restarting. And that still leaves the problem lingering. It doesn't refresh everything. So, but shutting completely down and then restarting does. So what's on your mind there, Mr. Machine?
I think. Cut off work.
I figured that. So, but there's no holds barred tonight when it comes to what Microsoft's doing. And on top of that, with Microsoft, just to keep on this same issue for a couple minutes, since the kid gloves are going to come off, that people are working on the workaround for Windows 11 25H2. There's supposed to be a workaround, but how long that's going to last, it's probably not. I already have the impression Microsoft is telling everybody now, in order for you to get their operating system, point blank, read in between the lines, that you're going to need a product key. They're probably going to enforce that. And if that's the case, a lot of people are going to be upset when they can't get into the local account. What happens if Microsoft removes the local account and leaves you only way you can get in is with a product key? I've seen Microsoft did this before. I think it was Windows Vista or something like that. You guys probably remember. My brain is like mush, so. I think it was Vista. I know Windows 7. You had to have a product key to get in. Plus, they had a back door to get into, the local account. But I think that Microsoft is filled full of back doors. I really do. And also, too, I heard on the news, or I heard one reviewer was talking with another reviewer about switching from Windows 11 or Microsoft and going full Linux. Another reviewer's thinking about going full Linux, and he's a big time reviewer. Hey, be nice over there. So,
Talking to the dog.
Yeah, I know. I can hear. So, you guys keep this in mind. Oh yeah, and that reminds me. We're going to shift the subject a little bit. It was put on the news, and I'm not putting politics on this channel. But when it comes to the PC parts and everything else, I am gonna put up on the wire what's happening. Right now, you can get PC parts at a low price. But in a little while, after November the 1st, and I've been saying this to everybody, get your PC parts while they're at low price. China seems to have pushed the buttons of one president on their shipping trade, that they're going to put massive tariffs on the shipping trade. China is
100% tariff.
Yep. So
they've locked out all of their special minerals.
Yep.
To anybody outside of China. It's locked out.
Yep.
Without permission from the Chinese government.
So basically, the rare earth minerals that we use for our CPUs, our GPUs, and whatever, China has the control of the very dense rare earth minerals. Now, unless companies have permission from China, they can't get their hands on it. It looks like AMD is going to be locked out. It looks like NVIDIA is going to be locked out. Intel is going to be locked out. All the companies are going to be locked out from China. China's already started locking everybody out. They've already kicked Apple out of their country. Now Apple's over in Vietnam or something like that.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of companies. I mean, you guys better think. Cell phones are a part of the chip industry. Computers. Everything that's dealing with the chip. Hold on to what you have. Don't let go of what you have. Don't even let the trash see something that's broken, because it can always be fixed. When it comes to the PC parts, it always can be fixed. Unless you can't get your hands on the chip, then that's when you run into the problem. But there's always going to be spare parts somewhere. So don't let it go to the trash. That's all I'm going to tell you. Do not let it go to the trash, no matter what. Because let's say you got two motherboards, and they're the same motherboards, but both of them are broken. One needs one part, and the other one needs another part. You can always take parts off of one, put it onto the other, and make that a spare part board. And then make yourself up your motherboard back once again. So, never get rid of your PC parts. I don't. I try to hold on to everything I got. Biggest mistake in the world. I never throw anything out. There's a reason why, machine. Never know, those parts might come in handy.
Mm-hmm.
Especially if you need it and your PC goes down and you ain't got the parts, then you can go through your stash, find the part, and if you got the technology to transfer the parts, you'll be fine. But I'm sure everybody will look online and they'll have like a test motherboard that they're testing how to remove stuff and put stuff on and stuff like that, It's not that hard. It looks like it's hard, but it's not. Just as long as you got a microscope and, the right kind of tools to do it, you should be fine. But as far as it comes to the parts market, the prices are going to go up. The prices are going to go up. The stock market already seen a hit, already started to fall a little bit because of this. But if you're going to buy something and you need something, do it now before it's too late. Because it might not be another it might be another 2 to 3 years there, guys, before you ever get your hands on another part. Because I'm sure you're not going to pay $1,000 for a 5060 Ti, 16 gigabyte. So, glad you got what you got, machine. You got yourself the 5060 Ti 16 gigabyte at a good price. So, get what you can, get what you can get what you can while you can. So, I'm sorry I kind of squint a little bit now, guys, because my glasses are all screwed up now. Oh, it's getting harder and harder each day to see. You know. You don't wear glasses, do you?
I do.
Then you know how it feels with you can't see straight, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
It's frustrating.
Yes, sir. It is frustrating with me. I'm feeling the pain. I'm struggling with my eyes every day. Sometimes I got to take my glasses off just so that way I can recorrect my eyes, So I'm just like, giving them a kind of a rest period from the glasses because of the magnifying. Started giving me headaches and stuff, so. But I'm sure you guys know how that goes. It's never-ending cycle. Because I can't read it. Any of the words I can't read. I can't read any of the words. I can see the bigger pictures of things, but when it comes to words, I have to wear the glasses so I can see what I'm doing. So, yeah. But it looks like we got a good crowd tonight. Glad you all stuck around. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Help the channel out a little bit. I know I'm an old man and everything else, and I know a lot of people don't like to watch old guys because they think old guys don't know nothing. So, that goes right there, Mr. Machine, sir.
Mm-hmm. If I don't have a channel yet, probably, we'll see.
Yeah, I kind of made a little bit of a screwball kind of thing. This was pointed out to me last night, but I'll explain it. I can't believe I forgot. But I'll explain it to you. Mm-hmm. Then I'm going to have to pull another person into that private conversation. And I'm going to have to explain it to the both of you.
Okay.
So. When you get older in life, you kind of forget things, and that's kind of what I did. And I kind of made a screw up. So, but anyway. I will fix my mistake tonight. I will tell you that.
Okay.
And I will set the record straight so everybody's nice and happy. And don't worry, it has nothing to do with the subscribers of the channel. It's all good. I'm just worried, Machine. I am really worried that this is going to blow up to where we're all going to be stuck on the way they're going to work things. And we're just going to be stuck on this hamster wheel. Like we are now. It feels like a hamster wheel. Uh-oh. He disappeared. Uh-oh. But as the hamster wheel says, but I feel it. Welcome back, by the way.
All right.
It feels like when it comes to the PC parts, we're on a hamster wheel. It really does. But there's going to be more news. It looks like AMD is going to come out with the first 2 nanometer chips that they're going to be using for Zen 6.
For graphics?
No, the CPU.
That's going to be expensive.
Yes, sir.
It's expensive.
Yes, sir. Yeah, it is.
Wow.
I mean, if you're paying for a 9950 X3D like $700, and that's what, a 4 nanometer process?
We get double that in price? Pay $1,000 for a CPU?
I would say about $1,200, maybe.
Yeah. No. Not me.
Yeah.
Not me.
When CPUs when CPUs get over $200, I get worried.
So, at that point, consoles make more sense. Because by the time
No.
you're done building your system with a $500 graphics card, you're paying what? $1,800 to $2,000 for your system. Just get a console.
They're going to make you pay $1,000.
That's only if you're getting a $500 graphics card.
Right. But if they're making you pay $1,000 for a new console, which that's been in the rumors for a little bit, what do you think makes more sense? Come on, man.
Consoles are going to be more expensive. They're going to be more expensive. PlayStation 6 is going to be really expensive, but it won't be out for like 3 more years.
To get the CD-ROM, the external drives, and everything else, and all the fittings with that, you're looking at between $1,200 and $1,400 for one of those. So
I think there's going to be problems with AM6 initially when it comes out.
there was problems with the AM5 when it initially came out. Remember
Yeah,
the
so I would wait like six months or so before I'd ever put a Zen 6 in.
It's always a good rule of thumb.
Yep. And wait till they get all the quirks out of the way and get the BIOSes where they need to be.
Well, hell, they still don't even got the BIOSes where they need to be.
For the X3Ds.
For the X3Ds, they still don't have it where it needs to be because it's still burning up on motherboards. Now, the only ones that are surviving is the X processors. That's because and I already know why the X processors are surviving. It's because the set power issue that an X series processor will handle more stress than the X3Ds because of the extra L cache. Hello there, Dakota. Good to see you. Good to see you, man. So we're looking at it's going to be a CPU and GPU war. That's what's going to come down to it. Because we all know that AMD, or not AMD, Intel is going to team up with NVIDIA. We already know that. It's already in the works. And we already know AMD is teaming up with AI and trying to scoop the market from underneath NVIDIA for that big AI plant that they're going to be. I'm going to call it a plant because that's what it's going to be looking like, is a plant. Especially when they're going to have to use nuclear power to actually. What are you using machine learning for? What is it being so abruptly used for? That you got to take and have a nuclear power plant for your your whole little array of GPUs. What are you trying to produce? What is it accomplishing? Did it accomplish anything? Has it? You guys tell me. I don't think it's accomplished anything really, other than people writing algorithms. Has it really made any accomplishments? I mean, can you answer that, machine? I don't think I can answer it. It's usually a lot of things I can answer, but this is something I can't answer. What is machine learning actually accomplishing? To me, what machine learning sounds like it is, remember the cryptocurrency kind of thing?
Mm.
That you got to have so many GPUs to mine for crypto coin? Wouldn't it suck that they were sitting there doing that for crypto mining? Come on, guys.
Well, I kind of think that machine like machine learning it's like an algorithm. So it learns what you do, and then it tries to replicate. So if you use ray tracing for everything, it's going to replicate like your settings you use. It'll replicate it.
It mimics and rewrites the same thing over and over. That's written to the program.
Yeah.
That's not accomplishing anything. Because if it was machine learning using the word of machine would be the computer, and learning would be that you wouldn't have to write an algorithm for it to learn on its own. We as an evolved species learn to expand our own brain pattern to learn things over life. So with machine learning, that would be a replica of a machine actually learning. What it's going to learn is like a baby would learn. You start it as an infant and you work it up to its adulthood. But I don't see machines actually talking to me. I see human people talking to me. I mean, they're getting to the point I understand that the machines, will start asking questions other than giving you answers. See, why do I want something to just answer my questions? I want something that's going to be, constructive and, to where it's going to be one-on-one. It's going to want to talk to you. It's going to want, to learn as much about you as you're trying to learn from it. You get what I'm saying, machine?
Yeah.
But you can't learn from something that's only got ones and zeros, on and off. What are you going to learn from it? Is machine learning human learning about how a machine works? Or is it the machine itself evolving into artificial intelligence, which means it's what? Learning on its own? But do you think we're there yet? No. We ain't there yet, machines. We are not there yet. It's not the matter of us having computers evolving. How big does it have to be for it to evolve? That's the question. Are you going to take up a whole state with nothing but GPUs? Does that make sense? every inch of land that you're going to need to put computers on. Does that make sense? No. You don't need something that goddamn big just to make it learn. I think that the the way they're taking it, the direction they're taking us in hardware is the wrong direction. Because everything seems to be scaling up at a bigger scale instead of scaling down, especially with them making the transistors smaller. They go from 4 nanometer to 2 nanometer, they're just basically just cutting that transistor in half and putting it side by side. So each little transistor uses less power. That's where they're going to come in with the efficiency. So, I don't know. I don't know. I don't think that they're on the right track. I think they're going backwards. But they did put in an article, what was it, earlier this week sometime, that the quantum leap that they were taking went from 0.5 nanometer down to 0.3 nanometer. So they made it smaller. I was like, oh my god. What are they going to do at 0.3 that they can't do at 0.5? Doesn't make sense. Sorry guys, doesn't make sense. Machine, what do you think?
I don't know. I just think we're getting to the point where software is going to be the king.
Oh, that's already there.
Yeah, I think it's going to be whoever can develop the better software wins. Because it's going to get, like, 2 nanometers probably going to be the smallest we'll see on our level. Might get a little bit smaller, but it's not going to get much.
True.
You get into quantum tunneling. So, unless they can control that, so they'll have to develop other parts of the board, like they're going to have to fix the transistors, or like faster VRAM, or something with the cache, or something else. They're going to have to finagle with everything around it to try to figure out how to make stuff faster. And so just lowering the chip density is going to be
right.
the key factor anymore. It'll be everything else. It'll be like, we got this, we got this figured out. We've got the transistors are completely different now, so it runs faster. See, something like that. There's going to be other things. Be interesting to be an engineer right now. The guys that develop these things,
yep.
It would be an interesting job because everything changes. They have to think differently now.
Well, I doubt they're going to be using germanium for silicon. They would use They would use the germanium for quantum qubits, because once you use one, it dies. So for every 1 qubit you lose, you got to regrow another qubit. So it almost sounds like it's an evolution of regrowth. Like the blood cells in your body. Because they're already using human tissue, brain tissue, for CPUs. If you didn't know that. They're experimenting with it. Regrowth of brain tissue. They're regrowing it and they're putting it in the CPUs. Don't ask me. I just heard about it. But I'm sure everybody else probably knows. They probably look it up too. But this thing with the AM5 motherboard for Zen 6, and what was it, Asus, coming out with another motherboard. Something to think about. Are these chips actually going to be compatible with all the Zen 5 motherboards that are on the market? Look at all the problems they have every time when they went from the 7000 series to the 9000 series, and they updated all the motherboard BIOSes for the new architecture, and how many problems they ran into there. So I think that the new AM5 motherboards are being based upon the new Zen 6 CPUs for a reason. Because we all know if they're doing this, and they only got two channels. It's on that motherboard that I showed you guys. They only got 2 channels. For double density, they only got 2 single channels. Are they independent channels on that motherboard? Do you think they might be independent channels? Who knows? Seriously, this stuff, I'm always putting this stuff through my mind. Always. Because you never know what they're going to come up with next. And we all know that if they're going to push cloud gaming, is it going to affect Steam and everything else? Are they going to push Microsoft Edge to the cloud? Are they going to make us pay for the Microsoft 365 cloud space? We don't know this. Look, I don't think they'll be able to do it right away. It might be by 2030 they might be pushing this. And they might start, making high-powered hardware extinct. They just might start slowing down on the high-end hardware, and just start producing more low-end hardware. And so you're running cloud-based, it's really not going to matter because everything's in the cloud.
Yeah, on Steam, you save your games into the cloud anyways right now.
Yeah.
Your save data is in the cloud.
Right.
So the next step would be your games in the cloud.
Yeah.
Next step.
Yeah. And they already got the Steam app on Microsoft Store. You kind of
It's just a matter of time.
Yeah, you just put the pieces together, you can see the truth. I mean, it's common sense. You see the truth. I mean,
Think about all the less hardware, the less memory you're going to need. You don't have to have your games on your system.
Yeah, did you see that that one thing that I was showing you that had 768 gigabytes of VRAM? That was like your own little cloud server right there.
Oh,
Bless you, man. Bless you.
thank you.
You're welcome. No, but taking something like that, kind of converting it a little bit, that would be, you guys would say, yeah, Jay, you're going to pervert it. No, I'm not. I'm going to convert it. If I had something like that with, 768 gigabytes of VRAM, and I was able to tap into it just right to put Microsoft operating system or Linux on it and play Steam off of it with all the GPUs combined. That'd be a hell of a powerhouse. Even though that something like that would probably be about $500,000. You think?
Who knows?
Well, let's do this mathematically. If 96 gigabytes of VRAM is on one GPU for $10,000, right? So take 768 divided by 96 times that by 10,000. No, I was wrong. About $80,000, $90,000. No, it's more than that. Let's just say about $200,000 for that. For that, machine learning server grade setup. And you want to convert that into a PC, let's say. Wouldn't that be interesting? 768 gigabytes of VRAM. Cores being like, what? 81,000 cores. Be some kind of mad number. And then you can use them all together independently or all together as one. That would be one hell of a GPU. And plus with the system RAM, you probably can run like 1.5 terabytes of system RAM. But that's if you can get it to work. It would be interesting because I hear everybody talking about, oh yeah, use it for your information, use it for this or that, But I hear nobody building a PC out of it. Do you really hear that, machine? Anybody doing that?
Mm-hmm.
Was that or is that
No, negative.
Oh, okay. So that's just what I had in mind. So, do you got anything in mind you want to talk about?
Mm-hmm. That's a no.
Well, let's talk about your graphics card.
Yes.
Yes. How's the performance between the 4070 Super and that new graphics card?
The 4070 Super, when not limited by the frame buffer, the Super is about 10% faster-ish, depending on the game.
But the 5060 Ti 16 gigabyte you're running with now, it's doing a lot better.
It's equal to, in some of my games, overclocked. It is also, but I like not high frame rates. I like a lot of my graphics on Super Ultra. So now I can actually have my games up and use Ultra graphics when I couldn't do that on the Super.
Right.
So
compared to these big reviewers testing and your testing, does it seem to match?
No. I don't have any issues with it at all. Like everybody says, I'm not seeing seen any issues um, with the blah, blah, blah. What do you call it? The 8 lanes versus the 16.
Oh yeah.
And everybody says the 8 lanes is not enough to game with. Blah blah blah. I'm not having any issues at all.
Well, it depends on the motherboard.
So I don't know. Like I don't see what they're talking about.
I think the motherboard that you got is at the right speed for what you're trying to accomplish when it comes to your PC. Because remember, you bought that system for total, you bought it as a pre-built.
Right.
And the modifications that you did by changing out the system RAM um, and, you know, the graphics card, the solid state drives, the PSU, just by changing it all around that motherboard and reconfiguring the motherboard in the BIOS kind of helped everything overall, you would say. I think myself, with you making all those changes, you're basically, you rebuilt that whole computer in your image. I see. I think.
I mean, I like it. Having the extra VRAM is definitely super helpful at 1440p.
Right.
Like, for instance, the Avatar Frontiers of Pandora, I had to knock everything down to either medium or high, and keep it under 12. And now that I have everything on Ultra, I still run it at like 100 FPS. And I'm using 14.5 gigabytes of VRAM. So the VRAM is essential, at least for me.
Right.
At 1440p, the games that I play and the settings I like. Now for you, 12 is enough. At 1080p, you don't need 16. It's a kind of a waste for you. You're not ever gonna, not say ever, but unlikely to use that much anytime in the near future. 12 is plenty, even on Cyberpunk. In ultra settings, with you have plenty of VRAM if you max it out at 1080p with everything.
Yeah,
So,
but all in all, you running with the 7700X and running with the B650 motherboard, and you're running 6000 microtransfer CL30 RAM, and the combination that you have set with your PC is actually the combination that runs best for you, which is called the perfect storm.
yeah. Yeah, I see. I mean, temps are really low, even when I have it massively overclocked. I have the memory megahertz at 1500 plus, and I have the core at 250 plus.
Right.
So it's pretty good overclock. I can probably go a little bit higher, but not much probably from here. I mean, the MSI Afterburner won't let me clock any higher than 2000 megahertz on the memory anyways. But I doubt I'll ever go that high with it. Now, I probably won't go any higher than 100 more megahertz on the core with that. I don't want to damage it. So, but I'm running 62C on my card
Right.
when I'm really pushing it.
Your
Like on Avatar when I'm running all that VRAM.
Your CPU and your GPU should be running at the same temp.
And my CPU's dropped.
What?
So
Right. If you're still keeping below 70C on both, you're fine.
on both, yeah.
You're fine.
Yeah, I'm in the high 60s, depending on the game. Like on Helldivers, CPU intensive game. that thing will get low 70s because it's using, it's CPU intensive. But most other games, it's like high 60s at the most.
Right, and as long as you're not reaching to that 75 mark where you have it pinned
Yep.
at, because then it'll
Yep.
downclock slightly. But you're
Yeah,
not getting up there anymore. So there's a
right.
big
Yeah, it's dropped about 10% CPU usage since I put the other card in.
but you're gaining performance. That's the
Yes.
whole idea.
Yeah. So it's a little bit less performance, like 5 FPS, 10 at the most. But frame generation works really, really well on these cards, and I do not know why. It's got to be the newer generation. It could be the AI. It's got more AI on it. That might be it. I don't know, but it's really smooth. Like on Cyberpunk, I'm running 1440p Ultra, everything maxed out. Everything all the way to the right, and path tracing. 3 times frame gen. I'm getting 80 to 90 FPS. 80 is lows, 90 is highs.
Right.
And it's smooth as butter. And I thought for sure that would be a mess. And it's not. It's not. When everybody else, when you look at the reviewers, they're going, once you kick in frame gen, it's going to be a disaster. It's not at all.
So if
I
you're
can't even tell it's on. It's not. I don't see any issues with any of the graphics.
right.
I don't see, it's just nice, and it works.
So if you're not
So I
seeing
don't know.
if you're not seeing artifacting and you're not seeing stuttering
Yeah.
and it's buttery ass smooth.
It's smooth. If I turn the mouse, everything turns, flows nice. There's no lag, which I was expecting to have lag with 3 times frame gen. That means the frame gen is being turned on when it's in the 40s, which you're not supposed to do.
Right.
Evidently, it works.
Yeah, it
At least
does.
with Cyberpunk.
It's
No.
just below 30.
I'm like,
It's below 30.
Yeah.
That's where you have the problems.
yeah, because I can path trace with the card.
Yeah.
I am using 13.5 gigabytes of memory when I do all this.
Right.
But it's beautiful. I was not expecting the performance I got at all
Mm-hmm.
with this card. Like, I was expecting it to be kind of like, well, if it doesn't work, I'll just sell it to Winston, because he's going to be getting his girl's going to be getting a system, and it would probably fit right in instead of the 5060, and she'd be happy with it.
Right.
So I'm not going to lose anything out of it.
You just thought
Right.
when you bought the card it was going to be like total ass, basically.
Yeah, well, I didn't think it was going to be super bad, but I was like, I need more VRAM, and I don't want to pay. The next step up on NVIDIA is a 5070 Ti.
Or you didn't really
So
need it.
that's $750. It's $350 more. So
Right.
I just don't want to spend $750 on a graphics card. So I'm like, maybe I can make this work. So if I can make it work, this will be perfect.
Right.
And it did. It is great. And it uses 150 watts. It's cool. 62C. I can't ask for anything more, really, to be honest. It's great. It's great. It's wonderful. Massive
Right.
VRAM, I don't know. I was expecting it to be ass, and it's not.
Well,
It's a super big surprise.
as long as it's running, that's the whole idea. As long as it's running and it's doing everything that you want it to do and you're getting the 100% out of it and your CPU is just taking a break, when it comes to gaming and everything else, and you got less heat but more performance and it's just rocking, that's what you want. That's the whole part of your system. To make it run at 100%, but with 50% of the heat. Not 100%, 50%. And you got it just right there. So.
Well, to give an example, so let's say I put my 7900 XT in my system right now. Okay?
Tough,
And
forget
I
it.
play Horizon Forbidden West with the same settings
Mhm.
as a 5060. I get 100 FPS, 1440p max settings, everything maxed out.
Right.
I get 100 FPS on the 5060 Ti, and I get 105 on the Super. But the Super will run out of VRAM in about an hour.
Yeah.
So, and then it starts going down to 80. Still playable. but it is going into system RAM.
That's because of the
So
shader compilation.
right. So if I throw in the 7900 XT,
Right.
I get 125 FPS. So I mean, it's way faster. But instead of my VRAM being under control with temps in my
Right.
core, so instead of my core being 62, it's 80 to 85, and my VRAM's up at 90, and my case is hot, my motherboard's hot, my RAM's
Yeah.
hot, right? So I'm degrading my system with heat
Yeah.
so I can get 20 more percent FPS.
Is it really
Ain't
worth
worth
it?
it. It's not worth it.
Yeah.
If I had a bigger case, that car would rock, right? If I had
Yeah.
plenty of airflow, but I've got a mid-sized case. Little 240 fits at the top, and that's it. So
I could
it's just
I could tell you
yeah,
like this. At 7900 XT, look at the year it came out. And look at the year the motherboards came out. What motherboard came out in that year that worked with that graphics card? That's where you first should have started. People think I'm crazy when I say that. I'm not. Is because there were certain motherboards that for those high end graphics cards that you have to use a high end motherboard for it to actually grab some teeth into it.
mhm,
So, and it sucks when you use a low end motherboard with a high end graphics card because this is the result of it.
yeah. I might just throw that into my girl's system.
What, the
She's got a big
7900
case.
XT?
Yeah, just throw that in there because she's got the 12400 in there,
I would
and then
not.
she'll be good for a long, long, long time.
I would not do that.
Why?
I would leave her with the 4070.
Really? Well, I
Yes.
could throw my Super in there.
Yeah, I would leave her with either the 4070 or the Super.
Okay.
Believe it or not, the 4070 is still a good backup card.
Yeah.
But with
Yeah.
with the 7900 XT, I mean, truthfully, I would run that with the 7800 X3D and an X series motherboard, X600 series motherboard
Yeah.
that can handle the tolerance of that card and do a rebalance.
I might just sell it.
Why?
Who knows? Why?
Yeah, why?
I'm probably never going to run an X3D. Can't say never.
Can't say
Not
never.
likely to.
You might. You might.
I might.
You might just want to get like the 9900X.
Yeah.
You never know.
But the 9900X is 6 core. So you're only using 6 cores when you're gaming.
Yeah, but here's the thing with the new Zen 6 that there's supposed to be 12 core chiplets.
Well, that's different. Yeah. If they got the 12 core, that would be a whole different story.
And they're supposed to work with AM5 motherboards.
That'd be interesting. But I wouldn't put another chip in this motherboard. I'd get another motherboard if I got another chip.
I would go with the 800 series motherboard if I were you.
I would too. Yes, 100%. Yeah, I wouldn't.
Because I don't think you'll have
use this board.
I don't think you'll have enough VRM
Yeah.
voltage regulated modules to handle the Zen 6. I really
Yeah,
don't.
that's going to be a ton of BIOS updates. A lot.
Yeah.
Since I haven't done one in 2 years.
Oh yeah. You got to one by one.
Yeah, it's going to take a while.
You know how many BIOS updates I have saved in my folder for my 5700X? Ass ton. I did them each one by one. This new motherboard that I got here from you, I've already done 7 updates. One by one. I refuse to just jump and, go to right to the newest one. I refuse to do that. You guys should know why I refuse to do something is because I know the reason why is because going one by one, you're overlapping one by one. But some of the stuff that's in there doesn't get overlapped. Like some of the special updates that you need for like your SSDs and stuff like that only gets overlapped when they do an update for your SSDs. But if they do one update for your SSDs and haven't done any since then, you're going to need that update. That's why you got to do one by one by one. They tell you don't go to the top, because all those updates from bottom to the top are not compiled into the newest one. You have to go one by one, and then when you get to the top, then it's compiled all into one. Then you compiled everything into one. So, it's just the way I've done it for years, and I will continue to do it that way. This is the reason why I don't have problems with my BIOS when it comes to my motherboards. That's why I don't have these glitches and everything else everybody has. Is because they want to do it the fast way. Instead of taking your time and going through one by one. It might be boring, but if you want to assure yourself to have 100% agility with your motherboard's the heart of the system. Your motherboard is the bloodline to the system. If without the motherboard, you can't connect your graphics card, you can't connect your CPU, you can't even connect your system RAM. I love to see you do it. I love to see how you're going to plug in an SSD without a motherboard. I really would. That's your main focus on your system. Okay. Now, how I focused on the motherboard for this system was I went through motherboard by motherboard. I went through about 80 or 90 motherboards until I came to this one, and I looked at it and I looked at all the technical settings and everything else. I really liked it. This is the best recommended motherboard that's out there for the price. What is it, $150 their machine?
Yeah, I mean, if you take the price of the CPU into consideration, to be 150.
Yeah, doing the bundle package, you made the motherboard $150, even though the motherboard's over $200. It was a good bundle package. So, I mean, people want to know how to save money. Look into those bundle packages. You never know. I mean, we picked everything individually, did we not?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I'm happy with the 90s.
It was a great deal overall.
Yeah. I'm happy with the MSI B850-P motherboard. It's the Pro motherboard. I'm happy with because it's got some of the features of the X870 on this B850 because it's a Pro motherboard. So, and I'm happy with the way it's responding. Temperature looks good. Everything looks good. Not a lick of problems other than the Mystic lighting. But you guys know the drill about, when it comes to RGB, you know that IQ and, Corsair's, was it Corsair IQ or something like that? And or Mystic Lighting, or they always have problems. So you just learn to deal with it. I did. And y'all better learn to deal with hitting that subscribe button if this is your first time here, by the way. Had to throw that in there, machine. Just let everybody know, you know.
We're gonna get you to 1,000.
Yeah, I want 1,000 people, man. Hey, DV, good to see you, man. Good to see you. And DV says hi to everybody that's in the PC world land on the stream.
Hey, TV.
So. Now, machine, I don't know if they're all still there. Is that
Nobody's answering me.
is that like
You put them to sleep.
is that like a comprehension level kind of thing? Is that like, you know, I got them snoozing in the background kind of thing? Probably.
Here we go. We woke Dakota back up. The cyborg. He woke up too.
Oh, you're still sick there, DV? Yeah, don't feel bad. I've been feeling bad myself. I was like, damn. I went a whole 7 days sitting on the toilet. I spent about maybe 10 hours each day on the toilet, man. I know the feeling. It was rough. Everybody started to say that I started turning white like a ghost. Who knows? So, I had to get it in there, you know. But I had to take those Imodium AD pills, man. I couldn't stand this any longer like this. It was just getting stupid and ridiculous. I know what the culprit is, believe it or not. I know what the culprit is. It's me taking that Ozempic.
Yep.
The doctor had me increase the shot from 0.5 milligrams to 1 milligram.
You need to go to 0.75.
There is no 0.75.
Ah, okay.
Oh yeah, there is, but that's hard to measure.
You need to get a slight overclock. Just a little one.
Yeah, I know, right? Big time overclock.
Overclock your Ozempic.
Well, you know what? I'll tell you what. I lost 10 pounds.
Good for you. That's great.
Yeah. I think with that 7-day run, I think I lost another 4 pounds.
Yeah, you probably lost some doing that, man.
Yeah.
For sure.
Oh yeah, I can feel it. Yeah, buddy. Yep, buddy.
I run
Buddy,
some
buddy.
3D Mark bench tests.
I think you're happy with your PC. I think
Hey, man, for $400 for this card, it's a little monster. It was either this or the 9070 XT.
well, think about it.
But I was like, I really like ray tracing. Really, really, really like it. So I was like, it's gonna do better. I said, but it doesn't have as many lanes. It's like, but for the price, it's right there. It was $399. So it's either $379 or $399. I was like, I'll get the 5060 Ti. Yeah, you need an upgrade from your 4090. Okay, yeah, whatever.
You know, I'm just letting you go at it for the couple minutes, giving me a break on this. And you're welcome there, DV. No problem, man. Anytime. Get them, man. I'm sitting here just I'm relaxing my voice. kind of thing.
Dakota needs an upgrade. What do you got to upgrade to, a 5090?
A 5090.
A waifu 5090. Right. With RGB on it, so it's faster.
The luck you're having with that 5060 Ti 16 gigabyte, bro.
Mm.
You don't need a 5090.
Oh, I don't. I'm just talking about Dakota.
Yeah.
I would never pay $2,000 for a GPU unless it made me money. Then I'd have to make money back to pay for it.
Bro,
You know,
the hand of
$2,000.
the hand of God would have had to reach down and bless that goddamn graphics card for me to, to use it. Sorry to bring it into the biblical sense, but unless that graphics card turned into the Eye of Zeus, no, not for that kind of price.
Dakota, they have some good sales going on right now for power supplies on Newegg and Amazon. Gotta take a look. Prime week is this week. Should still be going on through the weekend.
Actually, they got a 1600 watt. I thought we went through that last week, looking at the.
I don't know if Dakota was there. Can't remember.
I'm not sure.
It was Monday, I think, when we did that.
Yeah, but do remember, everybody can watch the live streams back again on instant replay.
Right, but I don't know what's available anymore because they sell out a lot of the stuff. It's a good deal.
There's only one way to find out.
Yep.
But I'm playing the kind of lazy moment of not reaching my keyboard and going over there and just popping open Newegg or something to see what they're doing. When it comes to the PSU market.
Right. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So my night raid score is not so good. It sucks, actually, really bad. But I do have Discord open.
Yeah. That skews the test.
Yeah, graphics score of 163,000 and CPU score of 15,800.
And you're complaining, seriously?
Well, the average is 76,000.
Yeah, but you look at the graphics card. You look at the graphics card score.
163.
Yeah, you're complaining.
What's below average?
Mine was only around. What was it, like 138?
No.
Yeah.
There's no way your 4070 is 138.
I'm gonna open up File Explorer right now.
Okay, yeah, I want to see. I did night raid.
Okay. So, if I'm gonna go back to my day one testing.
No, don't go to day one.
Well, I
You gotta test it on your EM5.
I haven't recorded anything yet. I mean,
Hey, DV, definitely on Discord. We will help you out, 100%. Hey, Jay.
yes, sir. Yes, sir. Most definite.
Go ahead and run run night raid real quick.
I can't. I got everything open. It would be an unfair test.
Okay, yeah, because you're streaming. That would it does axe your system a little bit.
Yeah, it would definitely axe the scores.
Hey Dakota, what's your night raid score with your 4090? I'm curious.
Well, here, since you're curious,
Yeah.
this is with the AM4 motherboard. This is with the 5700X.
Okay. That's not really a fair test.
Yeah, it is.
What?
Because this is a 5700X and yours is 7700, and this is a 9700X.
Uh,
It's still within generation to generation to generation.
I want to see what.
And my test right here is true to the test. This is this on this 5700X. This is the
That's
truest
your
test.
first test.
That is my very first test.
What was the last one you did with it? After you got it set up the way you liked it.
Or was that my
Save
first?
it.
Trying to think. Was that my first?
I don't know.
No, that was my 2023 test. Yeah, that was my first. And go to my 2024. Okay, so 116 2024, going from the last test on 2023 to 2024. I lost score. I lost score and I gained CPU. But my score came up.
Well, you're on AM4 too. That's going to be a little bit different.
Yeah, I know, but you're trying to compare yourself to what you got now and see the percentages. You're running faster than me at that point. See, you always want a baseline to start with. And this is a baseline to start with. That's why I always start with the AM4, is because I already did the testing and I already know how it rocks.
I'm going to try Fire Strike.
So.
Fire Strike. I'm going to run that. I haven't done that one yet either.
I get the
And I am
time.
running it. It is overclocked too, by the way.
I get the time. I will do new revised benchmarks
Okay.
of the new PC with the same CPU or the same GPU and see the difference between the two.
I hope Dakota's putting more RGB in his computer. It will help. Working on something on your PC. Hopefully it's RGB. Some waifu stickers.
Yeah. Look, we all help each other, and that's how it works. We all get on Discord. We all help each other from A to Z, and we get her done. Then everybody's happy. Simple.
I'm not as knowledgeable as Jay or Dakota
I don't know nothing. I'm
or
innocent.
MTBK.
I know nothing. I'm innocent.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah. Yeah, okay. Yeah.
So.
Yeah. All right.
But look, you look at it this way, man. If you're getting these kind of numbers, okay, well, gosh, I don't know if I can do this while I'm doing that, but we'll find out.
Okay.
But we'll find out. Hey, Brad, good to see you. Welcome back once again to the stream.
Great name, by the way. I love it. Brad the Mad. Nice.
I 3D Mark. We're going to see. Give me a moment. We're going to see if we can get this rolling the way we want to get it rolling. So, it's going to take a few moments to get it rolling. Because now I got to move everything around. So this way I can monitor everything. Okay. There we go. You know how 3D Mark is. It doesn't play nice. So. Benchmarks. Let's see. Night rate. Let's see. What am I using a display to? I'll put it. I gotta put it on display 1. Well, let's see now if I can shift everything to display 1. Oh, that's scary, man.
What?
I gotta shift everything to display 1. Okay. So, you guys will see that I'm running it on display 1.
The fire strike's not so good.
Now, I can't touch anything. That's the reason why I got this set up manually. And hopefully it'll shift to the first display. I'm praying it does. We're going to see if it crashes or whatever. Let's see. And no, it didn't. Why the hell it does that, I have no idea. Son of a... Why it does that, I have no idea. Yes, I know it was canceled. No, we don't need to ask support. Go back to benchmarks. All I needed to do is have it run on the right one, man. It's like I put it on display 1 and it doesn't seem to want to play nice. Now I'm gonna put it on display 2. I bet you if I had integrated graphics there, it would have let me run it on integrated graphics.
Yeah, that would not have been a good thing.
No. Let's see now if it puts it on display 2 or is it going to shove it to the other monitor. And I got to take and turn and push everything around again. We'll see.
Oh, touchy.
Yeah, I know, right? Yay! It finally did it right. Bastards.
Yeah.
Okay. F10. Because I know how you all like to see the numbers. Because they all make you go glitchy. So...
Hey, Brett, I got something. Brian. Pretty surprise. I don't know what you think.
Hold on. Okay. Oh, never mind. I can't do that neither. Damn. I'll answer the question in a minute. Give me 1 minute. Let it get past through this scene here. Because I forgot about the... sound.
That's not bad or anything.
I know, but I don't know how y'all are hearing it over there, so... Right. I have to do it. I have to replay the live stream and see how it sounded. See if I need to mess around with it. But look, I'm gonna tell you, is what it is. Okay, Mr. Brad. I didn't mean to ignore you, and I wasn't trying to. Did anyone from Prime Day? No, I didn't. I've seen maybe one or two things that might have caught my eye, but truthfully, nothing that actually moved me to actually spend that money to get it. If that gives you any idea, you know, it would have to be at a spectacular price to move me to want to buy that. And truthfully, there's nothing in there that really moved me to buy anything. Was there a machine? You have anything that moved you?
Yeah, there was one thing, but it wasn't there. It was Best Buy. They're having the same deals. They all compete with each other, of course.
Right.
So.
Yeah,
I
but
think 400 is a good price for the card, I think. $30 off MSRP. So, can't complain.
Well, I'm going to tell you, I see something different from the FPS that's going on this benchmark and the FPS that's going on MSI Afterburner. Because it's showing almost 600. It should be showing like over 1200 FPS.
Well, you're also streaming.
No, it shouldn't take up it shouldn't eat up that much bandwidth.
We'll see what happens when it's done. Let's see.
Yeah.
Not seeing anything out of the ordinary.
Well, it's
You can
not.
probably clock your 4070 a little higher.
No, actually, I wanted to run it stock.
Okay.
I want it to be the CPU's undervolted and the GPU's running normal. Because remember, it's the OC model. This has got the two BIOS chips on it. So this is already pre-overclocked from the factory. So I'm just running it as is.
So Dakota, my 5060 Ti is 2/3 the card of the 4090, according to the score, and 1/4 of the price. Actually, it's more like 20% of the price of the 4090. It's not too bad price performance. You probably have a better CPU than I do as well.
This is going to get interesting. At the end, Night Raid decides to sit still. Interesting.
I just 68,000 doesn't seem very good. I think if that's I can't remember what it is. I'm running a test, so I can't go and check.
I'm waiting for the results to come up. For some reason, the results ain't coming up over here.
Maybe it's so good that it can't even calculate it.
Maybe it's so bad that they didn't even want to calculate it.
Yeah, it's machine still learning.
It still says it's running. So
Shouldn't take this long.
I know, right?
Weird.
Yeah.
Should cancel it if you move your mouse around.
I already did move my mouse.
Yeah, gotta be stuck.
It would only it
Not
would
because you're.
it would only cancel if you're in motion. Now, when you're at the end like this and you move your mouse around, it shouldn't cancel.
Okay.
Shouldn't, but it doesn't mean it won't.
Brad, I got the 5060 Ti 16 gigabyte for $399.
Let's see.
The Zotac Amp one. And it's got RGB on it, which is probably why it's pretty fast.
Okay, this is stuck.
Ugh. Wow. NVIDIA DLSS featured test score. With DLSS off, it's 22.87 FPS. With DLSS on, performance, it's 92.06 FPS.
Yeah. Looks like she's stuck.
Yep. 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 You gotta remember what the creator of the Camaro said in 1969. The original Camaro was orange. And he said, he was asked, why is the car orange? And he said, because orange is the fastest color. It all makes sense.
Yeah.
I figured $400 isn't bad.
Cyborg, it could be another crash. I don't know. I'll have to look into the BIOS, make sure that
I think it's because you're streaming. It might be affecting 3D Mark.
probably.
It's kind of sensitive to programs.
No, the last time that happened is because when Curve Optimizer was set on auto, it would cause that. I don't know what it is, for some reason, every once in a while I gotta go into the BIOS and reset the Curve Optimizer. Don't know why. I'll figure that one out sooner or later.
You know, 32 gigs of RAM. Make 64.
Yeah, true.
Maybe in the future. Yeah. Right now you're good, right?
Oh yeah, I'm fine. Well, you figure if I'm using between 22 and 24 gigabytes of system RAM, right? And you only got 32, what are you left with? So it's kind of a gray area right now, especially with some of the Steam games. Becomes a gray area. That's why everybody's moving up to the 48 instead of the 32. Everybody's going up to the 48, so they got a little bit more buffer room, like 10 or 12 gigabytes. But when you have less than 8 gigabytes to work with, it kind of floats it into the narrow end of the spectrum. Does that make sense?
Mm.
So RAM prices are yeah, that's what I was telling everybody, Brad. You know, believe it or not, I was
go up pretty fast.
They are, because of that 100% kind of thing going on right now. I'm not bringing politics into this channel. If we want to beat our heads over politics, then we'll do it over at Discord. But
Yeah, yeah.
on
But
you,
it's not really. We're just talking about what cost effects will happen to PC parts, really,
well,
and that will affect quite a
well,
bit.
everybody will be affected by the new prices, especially what's happening overseas. Okay, this is what happens when you got one place that puts all their eggs into one basket and you get a few broken ones. But now everybody's scrambling to take and fix this problem. But there are other people in you know, the business world that don't comprehend when you got one country that everybody was relying on that was making all the products, and now all of a sudden, you know, they get hit with a whole bunch of crap, and they piss off the, you know, the leader of that country, and he retaliates. Guess what happens? Who suffers? We all do. So we're all getting the brunt of this fall. So we all got the suffer point. Yeah, like Pac-Man. Yeah, true. So that's why I got over in Discord. We have what we call the situation room. We get into a situation like this, we start thinking of alternatives. I think about all the rooms in on our Discord as situation room. Yeah, it is what it is. So, but that's just my opinion. It's just my opinion, there, guys. Sorry, I have to move everything over now since I couldn't get Destiny's Child to work. I mean, Steam. Since I couldn't get Steam to work, so I had to move everything back onto my screen. So there it is. Let's see. Situation is the situation. AI is gobbling up all the RAM. Yeah. Actually, no. It's all the chips. Period. Silicon. Basically, we're running a shortage on silicon. So that's just to keep you guys in the loop of that. We're on a shortage of silicon now. It's not a shortage of GPUs. It's the shortage of silicon. The chips, there's the problem. You got one country saying we ain't getting no more unless we pay double. Everybody's looking at that country, giving the finger and having a smile. Because it seems Australia stepped up to the plate and said they got some rare earths over in their country that they'll be willing to sell to maybe the United States. Hopefully. Because they just said that the rare earth minerals we have here in the United States, they're all shit. Believe that machine? They said right here in the United States, the rare earth minerals are all shit. So, I don't know how you're going to make anything of that, you know what I'm saying? Machine. Uh-oh, he fell asleep on me. Yep, he fell asleep on me. But anyway, guys, I'm talking like talking everybody to like go to bed and go to sleep as it is, but yeah, and we're over 2.5 hours almost. So, but anyway, this has been fun. It's been real, and it's been enjoying for the whole 2 hours and almost 30 minutes. So, we're going to go ahead and call the stream right here, there, gents and ladies. If there's ladies out there, ladies and gentlemen. But anyway. Hello there, David Mazzoni from Italy. Good to see you. We'll give you a shout out, by the way. We'll give Brad a shout out, Cyborg a shout out, Dakota a shout out, and, you know, DV will give you a shout out too. Machine definitely gets a shout out after he fell asleep.
Yeah, whatever. I was good. I was getting my Klondike bar.
You getting your what kind of dyke bar? What?
Well, you know. Oh.
Don't. Yeah. Let's see.
You got me.
I didn't do anything. You're stuck. So, all right, Brad. We'll see you the next time. And guess what, guys? If this is your first time here, hit that good old subscribe button. Hit the like button. Don't forget about the notification bell so you know when I post the next video. Just to say, until the next time in the next video, guys. Live stream too, but next video. We'll see you on the next one. Have a great evening, and thank you for joining us tonight. Machine, you got anything you want to say real quick before we go?
Oh.
You don't want to say good night to everybody? Uh-oh.
Hey, good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
There, how's that?
That'll work. All right, guys. We'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye now.